Hey, Halolytical here. I've been wanting to start this for a while now, and have had a bunch of ideas for a first video. I wanted to start with some gameplay of me trying to accomplish Lasso, but found it a bit dull for a first video. Would love to stream it at some point though. I also wanted to try and do a Halo 4 and 5 if I was the writer, but that's a huge undertaking, and also wouldn't quite sit well with some fans who would maybe disagree with some of my changes. I ended up with what Halo means to me because I think it'll properly place me in this spectrum of the Halo fandom and will show you all why I'm doing all of this in the first place. Halo has been in my life since before I could walk. I remember watching my brother play Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2, and by the time I was able to hold a controller, we were killing coveys together and yelling, "No screen peeking!" when we decided to play some Slayer. I loved it so much that I put the original Combat Evolved and Halo 2 Volume 1 soundtrack onto my first generation iPod. Then there was the release of Halo 3. I still remember reading the back of the cover over and over as my dad, my brother, and I were heading home to trade off playing the campaign. My brother and our friends would play Halo 3 every day until Reach. It was the game we would play. Just throw on some custom games and play until our mothers told us to turn it off. We would play Clog on Toilet, Halo 2 on Halo, Nightmare on Elm Street, Ninjas, and even our own version of Juggernaut, Pinky. Playing couch co-op split screen was in fact the main way we played Halo for a long time. I even had a few birthdays where all my friends would get together and play Halo on a LAN party, which I believe is still the best way to play Halo multiplayer.
Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be here.
I have my favorite moments when playing beside my friends in the same living room. Whether it's playing with the sandbox playing with us,
I'll keep you posted.
or just messing around. The feeling never gets old, and I'm super glad that Infinite will give similar memories to a whole new generation of gamers. Not only has this franchise solidified its spot in my most fondest memories as a kid, it also helped shape my perception of art and my overall love for it. From 3D models and level design to music and sound effects, Halo has got it all when it comes to quality artistry. It was around 3rd or 4th grade when we got to choose an instrument for band class. I was listening to Brothers in Arms at the time. I turned to my brother and said, "That instrument right there, that's the one I want to play." He responded with, "You mean the trumpet?" And so that's what I circled so I could play it. Turns out I was talking about the cello, but that's besides the point. Halo is the sole reason I became a musician, and even though I barely touch my trumpet at all now, I can still say that it not only put me on that path, but also taught me a great deal about composition and themes, how to set tones, and how to play with different styles of music. Halo also taught me a great deal about storytelling, whether it's the betrayal of the Arbiter and the Elites, or Chief and Cortana's final moments. It gave me this as a standard, and looking back, I think this could be the reason why I love to tell stories.
Wait.
Now, not everything is amazing in Halo Land. I have my own gripes with each game, which I'd love to get into in future videos, but here I'll just say for the most part, Halo has gone downhill in popularity and quality. But that doesn't mean each game hasn't brought anything good to the Halo plate. Seeing the road to infinite, or whatever you want to call it, I'm super excited for this game, and I think it's going all in the right direction as far as tone and composition and storytelling. Everything seems to be Halo. I know a lot of people are kind of upset with 343's recent games, not only the launches, but also just what the games contain themselves. But honestly, that's in the past, and the future is now with Halo Infinite. Through the many years of nitpicking every detail and watching the many Vidocs and behind the scene videos, I've also learned a lot about game dev. How much hard work and dedication went into each of these games that I love so much. The different stages of art and level design, the writing and storyboards, having to direct each animation for the cutscenes. Even the sound design, which interests me the most, is so well thought out and coordinated with how the player advances in the game. So many components to make a solid experience, it's very difficult to encapsulate it all and make the game seem like one fluid story. One way they did this is through environmental storytelling. Okay, hear me out. What I want you to do right now is put on your headphones if you have them out right now and turn up the volume just to listen. Put yourself in the boots of the player and watch. Did you catch that? No music, just the eerie sounds of what lurks in the shadows and the tapping of your own footsteps. Bungie especially did an amazing job at telling stories through the environment, which only intensifies the immersion and makes my kid self terrified of what lies ahead. And that about wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed my rambling or decent Halo playing, feel free to hit the like button. If you want, drop a comment letting me know what you'd like to see from this channel. Also, I've got one of these bad boys in my mail, so if you want to stay tuned for the new Halo Infinite flight testing, be sure you're subscribed and you have notifications on so you don't miss my personal scoop on the new Halo game. Thank you for watching.